So I'm very aware that when you look at me, you see the hair and the nose ring, you probably think I'm a huge liberal. I love living in America. I love this country. I am a die-hard centrist. I have a lot of liberal views and I have a lot of conservative views, but most of the time I'm able to see the gray in areas and come to a critically thought out conclusion about the right and wrong. The amount of people I've had to unfriend or unfollow because they're cheering and happy about what happened today is very disheartening. And if you're following me on here and you're upset that I'm not cheering and woohoo, please unfollow me. I'm sorry if you followed me because of the way I looked. We live in a country where I can look the way I want to look and I can have the opinions I want to have and say the things I want to have because of where we live. And this is an attack on freedom of speech, no matter how you look at it, whether you like Charlie, you didn't like Charlie. I only believe in the death penalty for murderers and child abusers, not somebody who's debating people and giving people different opinions platform, whether he agrees with them or disagrees. He's giving everybody chances to talk. This is disgusting. A lot of people are acting really gross about this, and I feel horrible for his family. It's honestly just like kind of scary to like he was so young and he was just on a college campus debating.
The Democrats are the biggest terrorists in the United States right now. They are literally narcissists and trying to deflect what's really going on right now in the United States.
What's going on, everybody? I appreciate you guys pulling up today, man. I have a montage of clips that we need to get into. The Democratic Party is done for. Seriously, when you think about what has happened and you think about what is going on right now with the emergence of the Democratic Socialists of America, which let's just call them what they are. They are the communist wing of America. Let's just keep it a buck. And you look at what's transpiring, across the country, and you look at the Democrats, capitulating to these crazy lunatics. I'm not surprised that there are a lot of people that are coming out and saying, I can't do this with these people because they want to fundamentally change the United States of America. We got a lot to get into. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
But there's so much on the left that's so insane when it comes to contradictions. One of my favorite new ones is the Mamdani grocery stores. They said, how are you going to ensure that people from New York have access to this grocery store? Well, they're going to have to show ID.
But not to vote.
Yes.
But not to vote.
But how crazy is it that your checkers game is so that you're like, oh, yeah, here we go. And people are like, do you know what you just did?
Yeah.
Do you know what you just did?
Put yourself a checkmate.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen anybody say when you just got done saying that you don't want people to show ID for voting. Because it'll affect,
disenfranchise them.
Especially poor people. They're talking about poor people and people of color, which are the people that you would think the poor people are the ones who are going to use your grocery stores. So you're going to disenfranchise them from getting access to your 30% off groceries.
Do you understand how crazy that is? But at the same time, the Democrat Party, if it wasn't for double standards, they wouldn't have any standards. You know it. I know it. These people are walking hypocrites. That's what they are. And when you look at this new faction within the Democrat Party, the communist wing, and then you also look at the cowards, the Hakeem Jeffries, the Chuck Schumers, and the Cory Bookers, and so many others, that are out there that are just capitulating to these crazy people. And then you see, the bumbling, mumbling Bernie Sanders, who I don't really think is a Democrat, although they allow him to, hang around and run, up under the Democratic umbrella. And you look at, AOC, who is dumb as a box of rocks. I mean, the list goes on and on when you look at these people. I mean, think about it. They are literally electing people who have never held jobs, lifelong students, people whose parents are still taking care of them. And yet these people are in positions. They're in positions to run, counties, to be representatives, to run states. I mean, look at Francesca Hong, you know what I'm saying, who is running for governor out in Wisconsin, and look at, these crazy people that they've put up. It makes absolutely no sense. But what we do know about these people, they are dedicated. They're crazy, they're lunatics, but they are dedicated and they're well funded. Let's keep going.
Well, let me just say it now. In 3 years, I am not voting for Democrats.
Well, tell us how you really feel. I don't blame her, especially when you look at everything that's going on. I don't blame her. And you're starting to see more and more people wake up and say, man, we can't support these people. Everything about them is wicked, evil, and demonic. Everything about them. And their policies are trash, especially when you look at the Democratic Socialist wing. Oh my goodness. Who can get behind that?
Time for us to call the Democrat Party a terrorist organization. And let me support my theory. Their whole premise and success depends on a few things. One, illegal votes. Without them, they wouldn't be holding any positions of power in our country, because real Americans don't support democratic values, which are basically now socialism.
The crazy thing is that there was a Democratic politician who came out and said that, hey, if the Save America Act passes, hey, we won't win anything. She came out and said the quiet part out loud.
Two, anarchy. And what I mean by that is their policies allow their people to commit ungodly crimes without any punishment. And we see that over and over again in the sanctuary cities. People are murdering people, they're committing fraud, endless crimes to no accountability. And the final component, and I'm sure there are others, but these are the three main in my opinion, is their trickle-down wealth system, in which they see our government as a source of funds to trickle down to the lower classes and the illegals in our country. So essentially, they're taking money from our government and they're paying their constituents.
No, they're taking money from you, the taxpayer, the hardworking individual who's paying 20 to 45, in some cases 51% of your money in taxes. They're taking it from you and redistributing it amongst people who don't do anything.
To keep them voting Democrat, all while telling them that everyone else, the Republicans, are racist because they don't support their actions. Now, this is a very sick organization. What they're doing is destroying our country. And I think it's time that we actually address the full picture.
I'm with this woman 1,000%. I'm with her 1,000% in everything that she said. Look at that. Illegal voters, anarchy, unpunished crime, and enabling massive fraud. We've talked about it. Nick Shirley's talked about it. We've talked about it on this platform. They've come out and let it be known that they want to, not just defund, but abolish the police. They want to abolish prisons. They want to just let people just run roughshod. They want the wild, wild west, essentially. They don't want prisons unless you go against the party. And then they'll find somewhere to hide you. I promise you that much.
Notice how whenever someone comes out and says, yeah, that's actually a bad association, immediately it's weaponized by the Republicans. This is why you can't. This is why you have to have discipline. This is why you have to abide by the party line. Okay? You can't be out here doing that. You can't be out here saying like, oh, I'm a centrist Democrat and I think Abdul is a bridge too far. That must be punished. Okay? If there's one Marxist-Leninist doctrine that the Democratic Party should deploy, it's that. Okay? Follow the party line. Sure, we'll have robust democracy, a robust democratic back and forth internally within the party. But once that's over, once the winner is declared, no more factionalism. It's over. Abide by the party line.
No room for dissension within the communist movement. You either get down or lay down. He's letting it be known like, hey, you can't go against us. You definitely can't do it out loud. That's what these people are, man. If you guys have not taken the time to read George Orwell's 1984, I think you should. I think you should. That right there in itself, it describes exactly who the Democratic Socialists of America is, or are, and what they would like, what their vision is for the United States of America. I'm not even lying about that.
When he says the Democratic Socialists of America are actually communist, that's not one of them. And it's not hard to prove it just by quoting the DSA and their candidates. J.D. Vance was on the show, and I told him that if the Democratic Party keeps going in the direction of the DSA, my vote was in play. And all I heard all vacation was, oh my God, you're a Republican now. No, that's not what I said. I said in play. And here's why. Because not a week goes by where I don't read about some newly chosen, exciting new face in the Democratic Party. And then when that face opens its mouth, the Communist Manifesto or some other crazy shit comes out. Again, let's just read the quotes. The DSA platform says you work as much as you are able and no more than needed. If that was any closer to Karl Marx's dictum, from each according to his abilities to each according to his needs, they'd be sued for plagiarism. New York Mayor Mondani once tweeted Karl Marx's words exactly. They're not trying to hide it. Their most popular influencer, Hassan Piker, thinks communism is so groovy. He laments the fall of the two of the most murderous regimes in history, the Soviet Union and Chairman Mao's China. Mondani's aide, his top aide, Sia Weaver, said, if you don't believe in the government's sacred right to seize property, it's over, and impoverish the white middle class. What? That's a goal? You know you're supposed to scare people into voting for you, right? One of the new soon-to-be Democratic Congresspeople, Darlisia Chevalier, supports seizing all properties from landlords and said, seize the means of production. Mondani has said the end goal is seizing the means of production. I think they want to seize the means of production. Now, maybe you missed that in school or missed school altogether, but that's communism. Now the coalition within the DSA, called the Marxist Unity Group, is in ascendance, and I must take them at their word when their words include, our commitment is to the long-term struggle for a fully liberated, classless society, in a word, communism. What do they have to do? Tweet out, elect more communists? Oh yeah, Sia Weaver did that. Yes. Good, I'm glad you're shocked. People got to realize this is going on.
What's really sad is all of these people that he's discussing, they're all wealthy people. This Sia Weaver, her parents live in some multi-million-dollar home. Hassan Piker is a trust fund baby. Mondani, same thing. All of these, champagne socialist communist types, they're all wealthy. But they want you in poverty. They want you downtrodden, broke, busted, and disgusted. Make that make sense, man. And yet you have crazy people continuing to support these fools. You have college students, which is where this thing started. In every place that this communist movement took hold, it started and took hold in the daggone universities amongst young people. And when you look at, they polled folks, and it's a large swath of people that are quote unquote college educated, and I would like to say college indoctrinated, that are supporting this wicked movement. It makes absolutely no sense to me. You go to college to put yourself in a position to earn a good living and provide for your family. These people are going to college to be indoctrinated with communism with hopes that the government will redistribute the wealth. It's a covetous mindset. Not understanding that you live in one of the wealthiest countries in the world. Really, you live in the wealthiest country to ever exist. If you live in America, you are the 4% of the world's population that could have a blue passport. But when it comes to financially, you are the 1%. You are the rich. You are the wealthy. Don't allow people like Sia Weaver to con you. But for whatever reason, that seems like that's what's happening.
Well, I think they're going to be severely challenged come November as they've continued to nominate these true communist candidates. So look at Michigan, right? El Sayed. They're nominating communist candidates for office. The center of this country, the middle of this country, the mainstream of this country is going to thunderously reject the Democrats' embrace of communism. And in Sayed, you also have somebody, as you've talked about this evening, Sean, who campaigned, who embraced, who courted the endorsement of this execrable, heinous, deplorable, monstrous Hassan Piker, somebody who has celebrated assassination culture, and somebody who has said that America deserved 9/11. Sean, you're from New York. How much time have you spent, Sean, with the victims and the families, the police officers, the firefighters after 9/11?
A lot.
To have someone running for Senate who's going to associate with that kind of evil? And where is Schumer? Where is Jeffries? Where are any of the leaders of the Democratic Party? They're supporting it. They are embracing it. They are allowing it.
Yes, they are. That's because they're cowards. They are cowards. Simple as that. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts on any of this? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, support what we're doing over here by buying your brother a coffee, or you can hit the Cash App. The link's in the description box below. You can also purchase some merch. That link is down below as well. Join us Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for ARP in the morning. If it's your first time, let me know so we can properly welcome you to the show. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, he gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. Then the Lord hit my chest, kicked air from my breath, put power in my step.